Welcome to Let Me Touch You podcast, Season 3, This Is Me. You're now entering a judgment-free zone where your hosts discuss any and every topic, but make sure to give you some motivational advice to go with it once you're done listening. Now allow me to introduce your host, the HBIC, Barbie.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is Barbie from Let Me Touch You podcast. I am here today with a special guest, Mr. Special Guest, RelHolla. Holla.
What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
Okay, so Mr. RelHolla, am I pronouncing it right? Because I'm Hispanic, and
yeah, RelHolla. Nah, it's not. It's not RelHolla. It's RelHolla.
I'm gonna just call you Rel. Okay? That's it. Okay, so it was like last month that we met, right?
Yeah.
You were on live with one of my good friends, Zeb.
Right.
One of my childhood friends.
Right.
And I jumped on the live because you guys were having an amazing conversation.
Right.
About, dating people of another class. But before we go into that, introduce yourself to everybody so they can get to know you. I know you, I've been looking at your page. I see you interview celebrities. I saw an interview with T.I., Jim Jones, my favorite guy. I'm in love with him, by the way. May know a whole bunch of people. So it's an honor for you to be here with me.
No doubt. Thank you for having. It's an honor to have me. Thank you.
You're very welcome. So what is it exactly that you do?
Well, I'm a personality. I'm a host with the Union DJs. I wear a bunch of different hats with the team. I've had my own radio show, and just basically, just like everybody else out here, just grinding and putting in work, nothing major. People might say, I'm a little humble about it, but yeah.
Yes, you are a little humble about it.
Nah, it's just that, I'm just out here working like everybody else,
But it's always good to stay humble.
Right.
No matter what. And I also noticed that, your tees, the nice shirts, I be seeing them all over the gram.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get me one.
Yeah, I have my own brand. It's hollatshirts.com. So, I got actually a new design coming out next month. So it's gonna be a new word besides nice, but
okay.
That's next month. But yeah, so I'm just working, So
yes,
it's working.
You're doing a good job. Okay, so for those of you who weren't there for the live, when I jumped on, they were mid-conversation, and he was asking both males and females if they would give the cashier at McDonald's a chance.
Oh, right. So I was just basically saying that I just feel like, especially with today's society and how things are, a lot of females, I feel like dudes will entertain things that women won't.
For example,
when they reach a certain status, right? So I feel like if a female is a successful white-collared worker, getting money, she's an entrepreneur, whatever she's doing, right? However she's doing that, she's getting money and she's reached a certain level in life. If she walks into a McDonald's, Wendy's, whatever, a fast food chain, and the dude behind the register, cashier, no matter how in shape, attractive he is, she won't give him the time of day.
And I disagreed with you, but go ahead, keep going.
And then the dude, on the other hand, you take a same dude on a dude on the same level as that female, and the girl behind the register is a beautiful girl, bad, popping, and she behind that register, the dude will holler.
Okay, so would you holler at someone who's working at a McDonald's or your neighborhood, like, the neighborhood bodega, any place where some people consider it to be not a great job.
If she bad, yeah. Like, but I feel like dudes will do that because I feel like what happens is with guys, right? They'll see females in certain positions and they'll say, okay, you know, it's already in society, right? It's kind of unwritten rule, right? That in society, you know, the man's supposed to take care of the woman, right? Supposedly,
right?
Right. Which is, I feel, is a little chauvinistic, but you know, so I think dudes already have the mentality of it don't matter what she's doing, if I got it, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna snatch her up, and I'm gonna make her a bad, you know, whatever. Females, on the other hand, I feel like when females reach a certain level, right? It's like, nah, dude gotta be on that level or higher.
I do know a lot of females like that. So, you know, there are females that are like that, and there are females that aren't. For example, me, I'm not like that. And I remember on your live, I went on to say when I met my boy's father, that people on the block used to be like, oh, Barbie, that's your man. He's always coming through with the same basketball shorts and a t-shirt or a tank top.
But how old was you?
I was 17.
See, that's the difference. We talking about teenage love, where like we're not even looking at certain things. Like if you 17 and you looking at stuff like that, then you know, in the hood, most likely if a girl is 17 and she's only dealing with a certain dude, then that dude is probably older.
But in the hood, that mentality is put into you, you know, to look for a guy that has more. I think it's installed in us from when we're growing up. It doesn't happen as we get older.
That's true. No, I think just as you get older, I just think that for females it's worse. Like it gets the standards get higher.
When it comes, there's different type of standards. When it comes to the money, I can only speak for me. I know there are some females that will be like, oh, I can only date a guy if he has his own place, yet they don't have their own place. There's females that will only date a guy that has a car, yet they don't have a car. So my thing is, if you don't have it and he does, it shouldn't matter. Like, that's his stuff. That's his money. That's his car. That's his place. It's not yours. Worry about getting your own shit. But still to this day, if I meet a guy, let's say if I do go to the McDonald's, and no offense to those working in McDonald's, at the bodegas, at any store, you know, it's just society makes people feel that these jobs are less than others. If you're a white collar worker, people that are white collar workers definitely, you know, work corporate, work whatever. It's definitely deemed like they don't look at those things as career jobs. Yeah, they don't. They look at it as a job that we should all have, like when we're in high school type thing.
Right.
To start off with. So let's say now I go into the McDonald's or whatever, and I see a guy and he's attractive and he's gonna talk to me. I will talk to him. You want to know why? Because number one, you never know if that's his second or third job. You never know if he lost his job and that's the only thing he found at the moment. At least he has a legitimate job instead of hustling on the street. I've never been the type to date a guy that's a hustler. I've been around him my whole life, friends and everybody.
It ain't even gotta be a hustler though.
But I've never dated a drug dealer, let's put it that way.
It ain't gotta be a hustling. I mean, it could just be a dude that, I mean, I'm just saying a dude that, I just feel like, a female, I just feel like with females, y'all, especially once y'all reach a certain age, y'all, the standards get higher and you like, wait, hold up. You know, don't get me wrong, because there's women that will put up with, there's women that date men in jail. You feel what I'm saying? So there's women that specifically go after men in jail. Now, part of me feels like I also feel like it has to do with insecurities.
It can.
Right? So if you accept certain things, certain people accept certain things because they may be insecure. They may feel that they can't
live up to whatever standards or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like dating, like the whole mixed collar dating, you know, I was reading on it, and they say that more women tend to go a little lower, but prefer not to go higher because of the insecurity. Like they'll feel like, you know, the man has one up on them. They rather have a little more leverage over the man. So
I mean, I feel like there's females that haven't, with a lot of the stuff I'm involved in, there's females that I felt, you know, didn't deal with me because, and I'm not, and I do a lot, but I mean, I work hard, but I feel like there's females that didn't deal with me because I'm not gaudy, I'm not materialistic, right? So if I'm out, you don't know I got my own place. You don't know what car I'm driving. You don't know, right? Because I'm not really flossing these things.
That's the best way to be, because you'll attract the right person that way. Right. If you're out there flossing with your chains and letting people know you got a Benz or this and that, you're gonna attract a gold digger, a girl that's only with you because of what you have.
But so, I think it goes both ways though, because then I could also attract somebody that's insecure, right? Because they're making an assumption about, like, they're looking at me and making an assumption like, oh, okay, I could rock with him because he just seems like he looks like a regular dude. And then you know, you go to Instagram and you like,
you're right. I never thought of it that way. It's true. It can go both ways.
So, you know, so it could go both ways. You know what I'm saying? So
to avoid those things from happening, what you think? Like, how, there's really no way to avoid it.
There's no way to avoid it. You
meet someone and, you know, you guys exchange numbers, and during the talking phase, you get to know who they really are. Mm-hmm. So do you think having, like, dating in a mixed collar can ruin a relationship?
Nah, I just think that, you know what it all boils down to? I just think it boils down to how secure people are with themselves. Okay. And that's what I really feel it boils down to, right? If people are not secure with themselves, it'll not, like, if you have a secure person, one person's secure and one person's not, it might always be a little headbutting going on there. Yeah. You know? But even still, and then that's the thing too, I also feel like too, right? It's like, in the same breath that a female might not talk to a dude that's a cashier because she's all leveled up, she might not talk to this dude because he's a cashier. I also feel like, in the same token too, it might be a problem both ways. Because if she does talk to him and he don't feel like he's the man, right? And he feels like he can't measure up to the type of men she's around.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna cause a conflict.
Right. So it could go. So that situation could go both ways. As opposed to a female, if a dude brings a female around, she's not gonna feel no. How many times we hear, right? Like, it's like, if you look at, like, for example, like, may he rest in peace, Kobe. Mm-hmm. Kobe's girl was a video chick, right?
Yeah.
She wasn't a boss. She wasn't, She was a video chick. He bagged her, and happily ever after. You know what I'm saying? It's so it in society. I just feel like and that's why I think it's so many women out there too that are looking for that lottery ticket.
Women and men, okay? Don't
I feel like more.
start it.
I feel like more women than men.
No, I feel now the way things are now, more men than women. A lot of men are okay with the women taking care of them. It's like, I don't understand what has happened. Like, since when?
Well, I mean, I'm not one of those dudes, but the one thing I can say, I feel like y'all fought for it. Right? Y'all fought for it. Listen, women been out here. I'm a woman. I could do whatever a man could do.
We could, and sometimes we could do it better.
I'm just saying, so y'all fought for it, and now y'all got it, and
now too many men are comfortable with it. They want a female to take care of them, and no, it's not fair. We got to meet each other halfway. It's halfway or no way.
See, you proving my point right now. See
what
See?
point?
You just said it.
What I said?
Gotta meet each other halfway, right? So you a dude working at a lower level job than you ain't meeting you halfway. You just thank you.
No.
Boom, boom, boom.
No, I'm saying.
I hope y'all watch this. I hope y'all watch this. She just said it.
Oh, meet each other halfway when it comes to everything, and not only financial.
Okay, so if you making a certain amount of money and he not meeting you halfway.
Yes, he can. Money is not everything. You could probably be doing more when it comes to the household.
I just want all your peoples.
No, you guys know what I meant with meeting each other halfway.
I just want all your peoples.
Listen, I've dated men.
All her peoples that are supporters of this show.
You guys know.
Pay attention to what just happened.
I know he's always trying to flip shit all the time. Listen, I've dated men that were at their lowest.
At what age? You're not talking about you because
no, all right. I'm not talking about the boy's father. I'm talking about somebody else. Okay.
Okay.
And I held him down. All right.
Okay.
And it's like, and half of the time, you know why? Sometimes us women
How'd that work?
What?
How'd that work for you?
Horrible.
Where's he at?
God knows where.
Exactly,
because I did all that shit for nothing. That's what I was about to say. My point is,
he wasn't being the man.
My point is that half of the time, us women, when we don't want to do it, it's because we have done it before for someone and he didn't appreciate it. So it's like, I'm gonna help you become the man that I know you can be, and you're being lazy on becoming that person. I'm gonna help you be that person for someone else. After I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this, you're just gonna, half of the time we make somebody for someone else.
But see, that's the problem right there though. I told somebody this a while ago. I said, you have to, I know a lot of people. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people. There's certain basic things in life that are, I don't care what race, creed, color, age. It's certain things in life that are pretty consistent with how people act, right? It's like, it's a 99% chance that if you ask certain questions, the results might most likely be the same. So one of the things that I dropped the jewel on somebody, and I said, you have to pay attention. I said, all women dating should ask the question at a certain age, right? Like, I feel like anybody 30 and up, men that are 30 and up, and they should ask the question, if they're looking for a certain type of dude, if you're looking for an independent dude, if you want an independent dude, one of the questions you should ask, do you have your own place? Do Do you have your own place? Have you had your own place? And how long have you had your own place?
People can lie though.
That it's such a the question is so right. It's not a question that dudes is expecting.
I've never asked that question before.
And and that's why you never ask that, because it's not something that you know what, because you know what that tells you? That tells you stability. And I'm speaking, like, I thought about this, I was like, wait, that tells you stability, right? Like, if a dude has never lived on his own for a period of time, is he a dude that is he an independent person? Is he a person that can be stable on his own? Because if he can't be stable on his own, how's he going to be stable with you?
You're very right. I've never thought of that question. Ladies and gentlemen,
people be worried about the wrong. Oh, what do you do for work? Mm-hmm. You could work. You could have the greatest goddamn job and be and not be and blow your money and not be stable.
Still live with your mom and shit.
Right.
Your money on Jordans and this.
Right.
And that. Yeah.
Right. Or you could be one of them dudes that you ain't never been on your own. You always live with somebody. You live with your girl. You live with your roommate. You live with your You live with your parents, or you went from your parents to your college dorm to your girlfriend to your but if a man hasn't had their own, mm-hmm. Well then how independent is he?
By what age you feel is the appropriate?
That's why I said like 30s, and once you hit 30, mm-hmm. Right?
Okay, so if a man is over his 30, man or woman is over their 30s and they've never lived alone, yeah, that is a good point to make. Yeah.
Right? It's like, wait. And that's why I say how long, right? Because if you got a little place for a year, you could have.
Yeah, anybody could do a year.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So you would say something at least 4 or 5 years or more. If you
I would say at least 2 or better.
2 is still
but 2, 3. I mean, just especially now. Who do you live with now? You know what I'm saying? Especially at a certain age, you you 35, 36, and you single, and who do you live with now? Right? Have you ever had your own place? You ain't never had your own place.
I'm taking notes. These are gonna be my new questions.
Because because regardless of what he does for work, this man is showing that regardless of what I do, I can manage my own.
It's true, because I do know men who have great jobs and they still have never to this day had their own place. And then you have a man with, a regular job, and he'll bust his ass to make sure his rent is paid, his bills are paid, he has gas for his car. He doesn't care if he doesn't have money for anything else. As long as all his bills is paid, he's good. If he doesn't have enough money for lunch for that week, he'll cook his lunch and he'll take it. Like, I know someone that's like that, so it's true. Right. Then I know the other people that have the best jobs, flyest cars, always with the new Jordans, new Yeezys, new this, new that, still live at home with their mom.
With their mom, with girlfriend, with roommates, with,
or house hopping, because you have those too.
Right.
Yeah. Right. I'll spend some time here, some time there.
Right.
It is true. Right. I think we shouldn't look at certain things, like you said. That should be like the new norm question that we ask.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter.
Nobody really pays attention to who you live with.
It's true.
See, and the reason I say more so for dudes, because women, I know plenty of women that had their own single moms. I know plenty of women because even especially if you do become a single mom and it forces you to step up to the plate, right? And then now, if you're a single mom and you're with your mom, now that's different, right? It's like, wait, hold on. You ain't got your own place? So it's you, your mother,
and your kids.
kids?
Yeah. I know what you're
Nah, hold on. Sound crazy.
But what if she just recently lost her job and, you know,
I mean,
those circumstances.
So that's when you ask the question, like, how long? So, you know, also, did you have your own? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Did you have your own place? What?
Yeah. So if you meet a 35-year-old that's never had her place, she lives at home with her mom, is a dub for her.
Because you don't have no ambition. Yeah. You don't even have ambition to have your own.
It's true. That's very, very true.
You don't have no passion, no ambition, nothing. You just here.
And I think that's another problem with dating outside, like our class or collar, however you want to call it. Some people try to stay within their range or higher because they're afraid if they date lower, that person will lack ambition and is content where they are. And you know how sometimes they say, like, whoever you're around, you become those people you're around. Some people that does happen. So let's say if I'm constantly hanging around with someone that's always home, smoking weed, has no drive in life, at times, you know, they can drag me into that space.
Right.
If you're not strong enough, you can get dragged.
Right.
So I feel a lot of people try to date within or above because of that, because they're scared of that happening.
Well, for females, not for, because I feel like for dudes, because I feel like for dudes, right? Like the thing, like I said, it's a whole thing of providing when it comes to
some dudes.
Right. But think about how many dudes be out here, be always trying to like spoil chicks. Look,
point me to some. I gotta go to Harlem. I gotta start dating guys in Harlem.
Might have to. You might stop. You date you a black dude that wants to spoil you.
That's all I date.
Oh, well, I don't know.
But they all from the Bronx stuff.
Yeah. Nah, I'm born in the Bronx. I can't disrespect my Bronx anyway. You know what I mean? But you know where you should go? You should go to Virginia. Virginia.
I'm thinking about moving out there.
Yo, let me tell you something about Virginia. Virginia, them boys down there will marry you fast. Fast. Have a house ready, all that. Fast.
I've had the luck, quote unquote luck, of usually dating guys. Not all, no offense, because I've dated some great guys, but I have some that usually are okay with a woman taking care of them.
Right, but I was
even with a guy that was okay seeing me struggle. Like, how are you okay with seeing a woman struggle?
And that's what I'm saying. So this is where it goes back to, right? Like, if you let me just take a guess. Those dudes probably never had their own place.
Yeah, he never.
See.
Yeah. That's why when you said that, I was like, it's a good point.
It's something that if you pay attention to, there's consistency in it. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really ask every dude that you see that lives a certain way or okay with you being a certain way, you say, you ever had your own place? Ask that question, you're gonna be like, this is what I'm gonna base this. You know what? This is what I'm basing my energy towards now. This dude ain't never had his own place. I can't rock with him. Yeah. Somebody asked me, said, oh, if I moved in, like if they was dealing with me and moved in with me, would I make them pay rent? And I said, I wouldn't make, if I'm already paying all my bills here, well, I'll make you, what you paying?
If anything, they can help. They can contribute. You
want to contribute? You want to pay the little light? You want to pay the little cable? Go ahead. But everything else, like, what do you, right? Like,
yeah,
I was already paying. So that already shows you that, oh, he can hold it down.
Yep.
My shit is just a bonus.
And that's how it should be with everything.
You know what I mean? Now, in the event now, if we live in an apartment now, we want to get a house, and we're combining our incomes to get this house, then that's a different story. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? But at that point, you already reached a level of like, you know, this is bigger than what it is, you know. But even still, I'm the type, I'm like, I want to get the place, I want to buy it myself.
Yeah, I'm that type too, because you just never know what might happen in the future.
Right. And I'm not even saying that. I want to buy it myself because in the event that something happens, right? Something happens to me. That means if we're together, I'm married, me and my girl were married and we're together and I've been holding it down and something happens to me, well then we should have some money on deck. And if you're getting money too, that we should already have money on deck for the emergency. Not only money for the emergency, we should also be able to, you should be able to, until I get back right, you should be able to hold it down.
Yep.
So for me, it's more so, it's like having the mentality of I gotta hold this down. That's how I live. Like, all right, yeah, I gotta own my own. And then, yeah, you want to do the cable, the little electric, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But if I go buy something, I want to be able to say, I didn't even need your information to buy it. It would, right? Like, it could probably make the process happen faster, but I don't want to do that. I want it to be so that way. Let's say we want to do another property, an investment property, right? So now we got property we live in, but now we want investment property. Okay, now we're gonna do that so we make money off of that.
Yeah, it's true. I think being a relationship also is like a business and investment. You're supposed to get together, build together, want more together. I gotta see.
Right. Well,
excuse me.
Bless you. Yes and no. Because I've seen crackheads in love. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they invest together to get high.
Yeah, they invest to get high.
Yes. So it's, it's a sort of investment.
They invest to get high.
Okay, but then the dating outside of your class, you know how some people, how can I put this? Dating outside of your class. I feel that sometimes the issue can be that you have different interests. You think that can be an issue? Let's say you're an upper class guy, you like going to bars, drinking your wine, or like going to museums and different things like that. I'm more of a lower class. My interests are going to the movies or going to a club instead of a bar.
You know what it is too, though? This is what people have to ask themselves, though. Are you dating for money or are you dating for love? That's what you got to ask yourself, right? Because just because I make a certain amount or you make a certain amount, right? I may show you some new things. I may show you some new things, right? That you ain't never seen before on a certain level. But you may show me some things I ain't never seen before, or because I'm living a certain way, and you know what I mean? I'm just assuming that everything is, you may show me something that I ain't never seen before, right? On another level, right? You may, what's your background?
Puerto Rican.
You may take me, I may go to Puerto Rico and only stay at a resort or the fancy hotels. But you may take me to Puerto Rico and show me some cultural shit that is, right? So it's about what are you with? At the end of the day, it's what are you with the person for? Are you with the person for love or are you with them for money? If you're with them for money, then, right, you always, right, especially females. If you dealing with,
oh God, you with the especially females.
No, especially females. If it's about money, you know, your female friends that's about money, they're not dating that cashier. You know that.
Yeah, you're right. If it's about money, then these things matter. But if you're dating for love, none of this matters.
Right.
You know, even though he's going to take you to a fancy bar, you're probably going to feel uncomfortable in the beginning, but you're willing to be open-minded to it and enjoy things he enjoys.
Right.
And, you know, you'll teach him things you enjoy, because sometimes there's things that you're introduced to and you're like, oh my God, like I really like this. This is something that can be a new part of me.
Right.
But like,
but for dudes, I feel like money, no money, the love comes later for dudes. Right? Like,
the love comes later.
Because dudes, come on, dudes, all
you guys are willing to talk to the chick in McDonald's because the first thing y'all thinking about is screwing her.
Because, shorty bad. Now they're gonna find out if they love her later, right? And they're gonna find out the person she is later. But initially, they're like, and to be honest with you, you know what? This is what I did leave out. A lot of times too, it's in the dude, a lot of dudes that muscles and money, a lot of dudes that flex these things are insecure.
I agree.
So a dude see a chick at McDonald's and he float, whether he's in a suit, sharp as a tack, or he got the jewelry on, whatever, and he see that girl, he gonna talk. It's probably because he probably insecure and feel like he feels like this is easier for him to get than a chick that is on his level.
Yes.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
So this is why dudes will easily talk to the cashier before the female talks to the cashier.
No, dudes will easily talk to the cashier because the first thing they're thinking about sex.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
That's why.
But he feels like it's easier to get.
It's only because you're thinking about the sex first. Us females will think more long term before we date.
But that's what I'm saying is he's thinking that it's easier. This is going to be an easier smash.
Yeah.
Because I have more than she has.
Yeah, guys are horrible.
This is not true.
Horrible.
But some dudes, it may not even, they could just be, the job don't even have to be way better than hers, right? He could just be one level up, whatever, right? He's still feeling more confident because she's the cashier at McDonald's.
How about education wise? Do you feel everything is the same when it comes to education wise besides financial?
Oh, listen, let me tell you something right now. And this is
those of you who can't see his face, I wish you could.
I don't care what nobody say. My bad. Let me pull the hood back a little.
No,
I don't care what nobody say. My sisters, my Black and Latin sisters, y'all got an education and y'all making money with y'all education. Oh, y'all can't tell y'all nothing.
Wow, we swear we know it all.
Oh my gosh, y'all can't tell y'all nothing. Some of y'all head be so far behind. It's not.
I'm glad you said some. I appreciate that.
Some really got the head be so far up the behind. I got degrees.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate that as well.
What? So what? Yo, my ex. I didn't go to college. My ex went to college. My ex was working for Canon.
Okay.
She was working for Canon in corporate. Right? The corporate office. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get into what I do and but I'm going to just say I probably made a quarter more than what she made. And I ain't go to college.
And you still couldn't tell her nothing though, because she had a degree and you didn't?
Nah, it's not even I couldn't tell her nothing, but you know, I mean, respectfully, she wasn't one of those types.
Okay, good.
Right? Because if she was, she wouldn't even talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other problem too is if you're insecure, you're probably dealing with me because you're insecure, but you might be dealing with me because you're insecure and you made an assumption that because of what I do, that you probably thought I was here.
Yep.
Then when you met me, you was like, oh, okay, maybe, and then come to find out I'm actually here. But I ain't go to school.
Yeah. A lot of people go to school and they think just because they have a master's in this, you know, no offense to those who do, more power to you. It's hard work. Right. But a lot of times the way things are now, you don't need to have a master's to make the money.
You don't.
You don't.
But
and you can't downplay anyone that doesn't have it.
But this goes back to what I said earlier, right? About not being gaudy, not being materialistic, not flossing, right? Like not putting on the front, not putting on the show for anybody. I come in as myself. You rock with me. This is who I am.
Yeah.
But I prefer it that way, right? Because at the end of the day, I don't want you to like me, because I am a person that, for me, it's not about money, it's about love, right? So if I want genuine love, I don't want you to deal with me because of what I have. I don't really even like telling people what I do, like when I start dating them. I just want to get to, I don't want to know what you do, and I don't really want to tell you what I do. I just want to talk to you.
Have sex with you and see.
No, it ain't even about the sex. Like, I want to know if, I want to know if we even get along, right? If we even have the same views, right? And I got to see if you're secure with yourself. Because the minute you say, what's your Instagram?
Yeah.
I'm like this. Hey, I'm worried now. When people ask me for my Instagram or my any social media, I'm worried. Because now I'm like, once you go through these pictures, this is either going to make or break the situation. Yeah. And the reason I say it's going to break the situation because you either gonna, I don't want you dealing with me because you think that, oh, he's around these people.
Yeah.
But then I don't want you dealing with me. I don't want you then be, right? So I need to, but it's good because then I know if you're secure with yourself. Because if you don't deal with me because you're insecure about yourself and then you see what I'm around and you can't handle that, then walk away. Do me the favor. Yeah. Right?
She's not the one for you.
Right. So it kind of, my social media, because my social media is not really, it's not really about my private life, So that's why I say, at first I want a person to understand me as a person before they see my social media.
Yeah, that's why I have two separate.
Well, I ain't even gonna front too. Hold on, let me rewind about the sex thing too. Yes, sex. I need to know what the sex game is like too, because at the end of the day, if I'm gonna be with you for the rest of my life, I need to know that this is gonna be a good time. I cannot.
Remember when I said on the live that I make guys wait? Y'all went crazy.
Oh yeah, that's right. We can't. I'm not making. Listen, I need to know. Let's get this out there. Let's get this. What if the head is whack? I cannot live the rest of my life with somebody giving whack head.
So yesterday I was recording with another podcast, and this conversation came up, and I told them that I have bad luck with men and sex. They're like, because you wait that long, and she was like, you waited this long, you already like them. It's kind of hard for you to get out. She's like, you need to stop doing that.
Yes. That's a fact.
Maybe for 2021, I'll do it. Let's see.
Because the head could be, listen, I like head. I'm just be clear. I like head. I deal with somebody and then the head's whack. I'm tight.
So if the vagina's good and the head is whack, is a no-go?
It's not because I need the full.
Well, you can teach her.
I can't teach you how to suck a dick because I ain't never sucked one.
You can tell her what you like or what you don't
Go
like.
take a class. They got classes for that.
All right, you could pay for her class.
I'll pay for the class, but yeah, like I need to know, like, or if you're prude, right? Like, if you one of those, like, there was a female that we still cool to this day, but I was on her body for a minute, like she was going through her own shit, and after I learned about her sex drive, I dodged the bullet.
What was wrong with her sex drive?
Cause she don't like sex.
Maybe she was going through something hormonal. You know how females.
She don't like sex.
And you had already had sex with her?
No, we never did nothing.
Well, maybe she had the luck that I have. She had whack men.
Nah, I can't get. I'm not going to get in the in depth of her situations.
Okay, so she did it.
She don't like sex.
Well, yeah, that's hard. That's something hard to do.
There's people out there like that. People don't understand. There's people out there that don't like sex.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Care less for it.
Right. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, hurry up and get it over with.
Yeah, that would be a horrible feeling to be.
I dodged a bullet.
And how long were you guys talking when you realized that?
No, we didn't talk. We never talked. We just was cool. But I was always like, yo, stop playing with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of time. Like, like we ain't never, you know what I'm saying? We never dated. But I was always on some like, stop playing, like.
Stop fronting, yeah.
Yeah, stop fronting. Mm-hmm. Dodge the bullet. I'm glad she fronted. Because once I learned, I was like, I would have been so mad. So then the only other thing would have been for me to do is either leave or cheat.
So you left, which is the most.
Not even left. I just never.
Yeah. You left it alone.
Right.
You didn't even keep
right.
it.
Thank you, Jesus. Saved my life.
You too much, I swear.
Yeah, you did that for a reason. I bless you.
Okay, so it boils down to what I'm listening to you, listening to each and every word you said. You spoke a whole bunch of knowledge. The main thing, dating outside of our class is possible, but people who are uncomfortable doing it, they have a problem within their self. They're insecure. That's what it boils down to. You're either insecure and you don't want to date someone lower than you because, what was it, how you said it? If they don't want to date someone below their grade. How was it?
Oh, for the females or males?
Yeah, both. We're putting it into one.
Oh, well, because for the female, they don't want to date someone because they feel like they've reached a certain level. Mm-hmm. And for males, it's like they might do it because they like their insecurities where they feel like this is an easy snatch and grab.
Yeah. And then, of course, not dating someone above is the obvious.
Right. Right. But which mostly happens for men. You know what I'm saying? That's just male pride. You know what I mean? I think for females, it's not the same. Because women be like, oh, I got my sugar daddy.
Nobody want a sugar daddy.
A lot of women do.
Mm-hmm. Until they start asking for sugar, and then I can't.
Well, depending. If I walk into McDonald's with a suit and she a cashier,
you don't look like a sugar daddy. You know what a sugar daddy look like?
I'm just using the term sugar daddy.
All right, so don't use that.
Okay, so looking for the lottery ticket.
That's a better term, because sugar daddy.
Lottery ticket.
Somebody over their 60s and looking horrible.
Lottery ticket.
All right, their lottery ticket. Okay, so I always end my episodes with a quote, right? But before I give a quote, any other advice, any other gems you want to drop?
Just like I said, main thing, y'all females nowadays ask these dudes How they living?
Yeah. That's gonna be the next, whoever I come across in the future.
You're gonna tell your girls. You're gonna tell your girls this.
Yeah.
Yo, I just heard some shit. Ask them niggas, ask them dudes who they live with, how long they live, if they ever live by themselves.
Yep, and it goes both ways for the guys too. You guys can ask females the same thing.
Right.
Okay, so the quote that I'm gonna use for today's episode goes as follows: you can't just give up on someone because the situation's not ideal. Great relationships aren't great because they have no problems. They're great because both people care enough about the other person to find a way to make it work. So in other words, if you meet someone and you're with them for love and not money, it'll work no matter what class you guys are in. So stop thinking about society, how this should be, how that should be. When you love someone, give it your all, go for it, do it. Don't give two shits what anyone has to say. Because sometimes you can meet someone and they're in a bad place in their life and you can help them become the person that they have the potential to be. They just need that push.
Yeah, and especially now, a lot of people, that's the one thing, is a lot of people that were on top that's on the bottom right now because of the pandemic.
Listen here, that I've never been without a job. I got fired because of the pandemic in October, and this is like at my lowest that I've ever been. It's the hardest thing, but thank God I'm still here, still living, doing this, doing something.
Right.
Something is better than nothing. And when you're at your lowest is when you realize who's truly there for you.
Big facts.
Yep. Well, thank you again for joining me. We got to do this again. Let everybody know where they can find you on your IG.
You can follow me every social media platform, RelHolla, everything. REL Holla, HOLLA, everything, on everything.
Yes, and I'm gonna look at the website to order me a shirt. I want one.
Holla, that's hollatshirts.com.
Yes. Thank you again for joining me. It was a pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Everybody, until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.
Yes.
Thank you for taking the time out and tuning in to Let Me Touch You podcast. If you're not doing so already, make sure to follow Barbie on Instagram at let_me_touch_you, on Facebook at Let Me Touch You podcast, Twitter at Let Me Touch You 3, and YouTube at Let Me Touch You podcast. Make sure to subscribe, review, and tell a friend to tune in every Saturday. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.